welcome to the 8th episode of the Hashtag Ask Paul Show, the show where I'm ideas and you ask me questions. Let's get into it. Welcome to this episode of the show. Really quickly, I just want to point out I'm getting a little bit behind in these questions, so I'm not gonna answer every single out there one, but make sure to leave your question down in the comments below. I will answer as many as I possibly can, and I think that would be interesting for the audience. So without further ado, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more selective from here on out, and also answer a little bit more questions in the videos, and that should kind of make up at a loss for all the questions that are being asked. So leave your questions down below. I love answering them, and I will definitely answer them in a video. So yeah. Also, would you be interested in maybe the Hashtag Ask Paul Show becoming an Instagram show? Or maybe Instagram and YouTube. I don't know. The idea was brought up to me a couple weeks ago, and I kind of like the idea. So I'm kind of working on how I can make the shows work on all the different social networks. So yeah, if you'd be interested, let me know in the comments below if you'd be down for an Instagram Hashtag Ask Paul Show. That would be dope. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first question. Our first question is, what do I think about the new Canon M50? Well, obviously this question was asked before I made my video about the Canon M50. I think the camera sucks. If you want to see why I think it sucks, click the link right up there. It's a pretty awesome video. Explain why I hate it. Next question for today is from Luke. He asks, do I like drones? Yes, I definitely think drones are very interesting and can get some very cinematic scenes and effects, and I really like what they can pull off. But personally, I'm not exactly a drone guy. Like, I don't have like a Phantom 4, or I don't have like a Bebop drone or whatever. And not that I think they're stupid, but it doesn't make sense to invest in one for me personally right at the moment, but I think they're kind of cool and they can pull off some pretty awesome effects. And I think, before to get anything flying, you gotta get like a freaking helicopter and get cameras up there and cameramen and helicopter people, but now you can just pull out a drone and get your same shots. It's pretty awesome, and I think we're just innovating as just a society to get better films for cheaper and a lot easier. So I think drones are awesome, just not exactly for me at the moment. So that's my answer. If I could travel anywhere around the world, where would it be and why? That is definitely a hard question, and I really don't know how to answer that. Is that like travel anywhere around the world like in a plane, or is that just like snap the fingers, I can travel anywhere around the world, but what if I want to travel back home? Is that even possible? So I don't know. Maybe somewhere in New York or California. I kind of want to see both of those places for maybe where I want to live when I'm older, but I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. I need a little bit more context. Our next question is from Film Amatron. He asks, how do I win a film award? Now this is a tricky one, and one I kind of want to go a little bit deeper in this video. This question is a really good, post question, since, this past Saturday I made a video about the award I won for my stroke documentary. But how do you win a film award? Simply enter yourself into a competition where there's not that much challenge. Or win an Oscar. I mean, it's really up to you. I mean, you can say you're both an award-winning director if you win an Oscar, or a local film competition with a bunch of people who don't know how to use their phone camera. Honestly, I don't really know your predicament and what kind of competitions are around and what different challenges you might have in that sense, but really just any competition, if that you win, can be considered an award. That's just an award-winning film now. Here's a video I'm gonna link right up there by Chris Howe, and he made a video about how he became an award-winning director. It was a really awesome video and kind of goes really in depth on how to do that, and I may do a video kind of like that in the future, kind of like my experience and how I kind of won one myself. I guess my best tips are to enter as many competitions as possible and to just make the best film you possibly can for that competition. Like don't just make a film, make the film to fit the criteria of the competition 100%. Just like my stroke documentary, I probably could have done a little bit of a better job if I wasn't totally tied down to the constraints of the competition that I was entering into. But I think since I really tried to make everything revolve around the rules and everything of that competition, I had a higher chance of winning and getting into the finalists. Now the next question I want to bring up wasn't exactly a question for Hashtag Ask Paul, but it was something that someone commented and I kind of wanted to bring up in this video. In a video I mentioned something about my favorite part about making videos is sharing it to the world and an audience, and they asked me how I feel when a video doesn't really perform well, like critically. Honestly, I don't care at all. If you've seen some of the videos on my channel, I am prone to controversy. I am fine with controversy on my channel. I mean, the Canon M50 video on why it sucks totally triggered every Canon fanboy ever. Even though my points were valid, no one cared because they were obsessed with the Canon camera. And same with videos like my net neutrality video and the iPhone 7 video, they may have had a negative response in different outlets. It doesn't really bring me down in a weird, very very cynical way, it makes me kind of happy when I can annoy someone to that level. I feel like I'm kind of to the point where I have an audience that mostly agrees with what I'm doing, and I'm loyal to that audience, and I'm trying to branch out into other audiences, and sometimes I tick those people off that are outside my current audience. But along the way, I gained some new members, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, as I said, in a weird cynical way, I feel like I can annoy someone to that level, and it makes me kind of proud of myself that I can annoy people to the level. That's probably very cynical and a really bad thing to say on the internet, but it's true. I feel like when you're to the point in your YouTube career that you can say something and people can take offense to that and then go hog wild in your comments, it kind of, I don't know, in a weird way, I kind of like hate comments because it shows me that I'm doing something that is making a big enough difference in someone's life that they get mad at me. So I don't know why, but it's kind of warms my heart when I get hate comments sometimes, because I don't know, I feel like when you get all nice comments, you're being compared to a smaller audience, and when you get more hate comments, especially at a level that I do, you're being more compared to everyone else. And for some reason, it kind of makes me feel like I'm doing something, which is good. So yeah, I don't get hurt when videos don't perform well critically. I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of fun to react to some of the comments on Twitter. So go follow me on Twitter, and I react to hate comments all the time over there. So go follow me on Twitter at Paul Groseclose. Our last question for today is, what are my thoughts on the impending dominance for AI creation on the new content? Honestly, I don't know. I'm not that versed in the field of AI and technology. I definitely think it's really cool and interesting to see how far we've come in technology, and the whole Sophia project is really interesting. But we're getting content creators that are literally robots. Like, they're not real people, they're AI, which is very interesting and kind of creepy at the same time. I wouldn't say that I'm definitely afraid of AI, but I am kind of skeptical of how far they can come without the world being taken over by robots. I'm not super knowledgeable in that field, but yeah, I definitely think it's kind of odd and interesting to see. I'm interested to see where we go AI-wise as a society. So yeah, that's all the questions I'm going to answer for you guys today in this episode of the #AskPaul Show. If you want your questions to be answered in a future episode of the show, leave those down in the comments below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed and like some of the answers to the questions that I answered in this video. And if you guys are new here, please smash the subscribe button. I upload so many videos each and every week on this channel. And if you guys have not already, make sure to push the notification bell. You totally should get a brand new spanking notification whenever I upload a new video. That is awesome, and you 100% should do that. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this episode of the #AskPaul Show. Peace everyone, and I will see you in the next one.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't see